Just think, if all of this hadn't happened, you would be taking your exam right now at, well, it would have started at noon, but this was the original date for your exam, and it's now 1 week from today, just about to the time. You'll start it at 1:30, like to do the login process, but you'll start it at like 2 o'clock, and that's it. I'm just making this video to answer some questions that you guys have so you can see my face and know that I'm still alive. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for working so hard and reviewing. We've got 1 week left. We've done all of the first time reviews, so now you just have, a week to kind of solidify everything in your heads, and I'll give you some tips on how to best prepare from here on out to get ready for your exam. So let's do this. First things first, I made a YouTube playlist for you guys. Now, the College Board and the AP people have put out lots and lots of content. And I'm not giving it all to you. Like, this is just a little bit of ways that you can be reviewing for your exam. So, and I'm going to send this all in an email to you, so you're going to have the link. It's my AP Stats Review 2020. I definitely want you to watch at least the first two videos. The first video is really short. You probably have already seen it when you did the demo, I would think, but just in case, walk through it again. The second video is these guys who are actually AP teachers, and I don't know if it's going to let me watch it while I'm making a video. They walk you through some final lessons, their top 10 tips for the statistics specific exam, and they have some really good pointers in there. So I would watch that. Then if you're like, I want more practice, Ms. Miller, there are timed practices. So it's literally just, it posts the question and it just has a timer and you do it on your own. And then the next video is a review, and it goes through the answers step by step. So there are 2 of those there in this playlist. And then after that, you can see that there are videos for confidence intervals and significance tests for proportions, significance tests for means, errors, power, analyzing one variable data, more about normal distributions. Then they do some FRAPPs, FRQs, excuse me. So I know these are all really lengthy. Sorry. They're lengthy, but they are quality, right? I've streamed some of them myself, and I make sure that they're actually really good. And it's from College Board, so we know it's legit. So that will help you prepare, right? Going through these. There are a lot, but you've got a week. So watch a couple a day, help yourself get ready for it. So that's the first thing, playlist. The next thing, I'm going to send you this exam day checklist. You probably have it in an email somewhere from College Board, but I'm sending it to you again. I'll make sure you have everything that you need to get ready for your exam, during your exam, after the exam, all of that. I'm also going to send you this testing guide. It's long, it's like 51 pages. But again, if you have more questions, it's there. Now, some of your questions. You guys were asking me tips for effectively using notes. I'm going to answer that in a little bit. Is this exam 1 question or 2? 2. There are 2 questions. And they're multi-part. Can we take the exam on our phones? Yes, you can. Any device, desktop, laptop, tablet, phone. Are we really allowed to use all of our notes from the past year? Yes, it's encouraged. Really, the only thing you can't do is ask another living person for help, whether that's digitally or in person or on the phone. You can use your notes. You can use Google. I would not recommend using Google because you're going to waste your time doing an internet search when really, if you don't have it in your notes or in your head, don't waste your time. How to keep studying, videos, practicing, I'll tell you that. If I take a photo and then upload it to my Google Drive from my phone and then go to Google Drive to download on my computer so I can attach it to the test while I get directed off the test since I'll be taking it on my computer is having 2 tabs open permitted. You can have as many tabs open as you want. So that's fine. Just don't close out of the exam tab. How are they going to score the test accurately, especially if they're doing it based on other students' work? Who determines the 5? It's not based off of other students' work. It's not like comparing people. There's like a rubric, just like you guys see when you do your rubrics, and they grade it based off that. So you're not being compared to other students. So some other resources. Let's go back here. So as usual, students' work will be scored by our network of college faculty and AP readers. We anticipate releasing scores like the middle of June, probably. I'm also going to see your score, or not your score, but your work. And that's going to help ensure that there's no like sketchiness going on. So if 2 of you have identical tests, then I might be like, College Board, these 2 might have collaborated on their problems. So don't do that. Just don't cheat. You have all of your notes to access. Just don't talk to each other. Tips for open book, open note exams. So you have all these resources. So you've been doing the review sheets. I did those so that hopefully you could have like some summaries available to you readily with like all the short stuff. And of course, you can always add stuff to that. They're not going to be easy, right? Answering AP questions takes more than just copying information. You're going to be doing a lot of application of those facts. You still need to be prepared. More material isn't always better. So the more time you spend looking, the less time you'll have to use it. You should not copy responses from notes or resources. Class notes are better than internet searches. Collaborating with others is not considered acceptable open notes. So we want to know what you know, not what anyone else knows. Other things. Formula sheets. So we've been using a formula sheet this year that was apparently an old version. It was one that I had in the textbook, and they've updated the formula sheet, which is actually pretty good. So I'm going to send this to you in your email. This is the updated formula sheet. It's a little bit nicer. It's more laid out as far as what everything is and all of that. And then it also has all the tables. Now in that list, I thought I included a video. Oh yeah. Common errors in knowing your formula sheet. Let me bump that to the top. So this is a good video to watch because it walks you through exactly what each thing is on your formula sheet. So yeah, watch those. Okay, where are we now? There's a formula sheet. Submissions for each exam question, you can choose any of the following. You can do a text file. You can attach the photo, you can copy paste it, and there's more details here, so I'll include this link in the email. So remember, you can always just do partial responses. Don't leave anything blank. Always try. Make sure you give at least 5 minutes to submit. Don't wait until the very, very end. If you think you want to type this, which can be challenging, you can use this like text typing sheet that I'll send to you. So if you don't want to use like the actual proper notation, you just type things out like this. Same thing for equations. It's going to look kind of ugly, but if that's something you want to do, you can. So I'll send that to you. I'm also going to send you this 2020 exam sample question. So this is an example of a 2020 question. It's multi-focus, free response. You have 15 minutes to do it. Question 1 is going to be longer. So that one will have 25 minutes to do it and then 5 minutes to submit. So 10 minutes total for submission, 5 for each question, and then 40 minutes for working on the questions, 15 and 25 and 15. So here's an example of what you might see. So why are they not independent? Describe the distribution, conditions, what conclusion would you make? You'll watch it in that video of their tips for the exam, but because it's so short, their guess, and I agree with this, a good guess for what you're going to see on the exam, you're probably not going to have to do a full 4-step process because that takes a lot of time, but it might have like pieces, like talk about the conditions or say why this condition isn't met or why is this condition important for having been met, or, you know, interpret this confidence interval or confidence level, or what conclusion would you draw based on a particular p-value, right? So just things like that. Those are the formulas, and that is that. One other thing, I got some tips from Miss Hertzler because she's on a lot of websites,